Hi BookTube, this is Johnny. I thought I would make a video. It's been a couple of days sitting in my main study. I was before I was going to make this video, I've been reading Gregory the Great, Moral Reflections on the Book of Job, Volume 4, Books 17 through 22. I think I showed you that I already have these other volumes in the... I just got this a couple months ago, and I've been getting these. This is Moral Reflections of the Book of Job, Volume 1, Preface, and Books 1 through 5 by Gregory the Great, translated by Brian Kerns. And then you have Volume 2 of Moral Reflections on the Book of Job, Books 6 through 10. And then Moral Reflections on the Book of Job, Volume 3, Books 11 through 16. So I've been reading these for at least a couple of years. When did the first one come out? Let me see. The first one came out, this translation came out in, let me see here. 2014. So I've been reading them since they've been coming out. What I did, I called up those people who published these volumes, and every time they publish one, they automatically send it to me, so I don't have to order it. They'll just send it to me, and then I get a bill in the mail. They're about $39, $35 a piece, which is not bad. Not really. I've always wanted these ever since I've heard about them, many years ago. And I love the Book of Job. I love the whole Holy Scriptures, but Job is one of my favorite books of God's Word. So I was reading those, writing in my diary. This morning I am on page 1140 in my December 2017. Well, throughout the whole year 2017, I have thus far written 1,140 pages. Now, I already have my January 2018 diary ready. So when January the 1st, 2018 comes, it'll be the first time I sit down to write on January the 1st. It'll be page 1. So we start the whole year over. So thus far in the year 2017, I have written to right now here on a Thursday morning in West Michigan. It is going on 11 o'clock. It is snowing. There is 3 or 4 inches of snow on the ground here in West Michigan. But thus far in the year 2017, I've written 1,140 pages of my ordinary, simple Christian existence. I don't really do much every day. I get up, I eat breakfast, usually a bowl of oatmeal. I read my Bible, I pray, I meditate, I read the Bible, and I read my books. And then some days I wake up and I just I'm kind of wasted, so I sit in silence, and I just... And in the afternoon hours, I've been reading... I started reading last night. This book, I was down in the lower level last night, just messing around with our books. And I had ordered this book a couple of months ago from Amazon, used. This is Darkmans, Nicola Barker. And I had read about this book in some book review. So I had ordered it, and so I started reading it last night. And I have been reading IQ, this crime fiction, but I'm going to read it when I go to the library bookstore, used bookstore where I volunteer on Fridays. I've been reading the last couple of Fridays when I was volunteering. I was reading it, so instead of reading it here at home, I'm just going to read it at the Book Nook tomorrow when I volunteer from 10 to 1. And not yesterday or the day before, I read all 4 or 5 hours, The Night Ocean, the novel by Paul Farge. I'm almost done with it. I'll probably finish it today. And yesterday I read in the afternoon and evening hours The Young Radicals and the War for the American Ideas by Jeremy McCarter. So I'm really enjoying this because I like American history and I like reading about the 20s and the radicals and what was going on when America declared war on Germany in the First World War and things like that. And I've really been reading, for a couple of months now, Schlesinger, the Imperial historian, a biography on author Schlesinger Jr. by Richard Aldous. I've been reading this pretty steadily. I'm where Schlesinger is the special assistant to the President Kennedy, and advisor. And so I'm reading about the beginning of the Kennedy administration, the Bay of Pigs, the Cuban crisis, the Cold War, and what was going on in Kennedy's White House, and about the life of, I just really like reading it. So I've been reading that, reading this, and almost finished with Night Ocean, a novel. And so when I finish this, I'll get really into this novel, Nicola Barker, Darkmans. It's hard to say what this is. It's almost postmodern, and I've only read like 25 pages of it last night, but it has great reviews. It was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize. It was published this was published in 2017. I think this was a British writer. She's British. Her novel, Darkmans, was shortlisted for the 2007 Man Booker Prize. So I've been reading that. So I'll keep reading this after I finish this. I like to have, when I'm on my to-be-read pile, biographies, essays, short stories, history. So I like to have different things going on when I'm reading. So, and I have a book coming in the mail tomorrow, which I'll show you. And I did go to thrift stores yesterday, even though the weather was really bad, and I was out driving around in my old Dodge van, which is about 27 years old, and the tires are getting kind of losing their tread, and I was slipping and sliding, but I had to get out of my system, so I went to local thrift stores just around where we live, and I got a bunch of books that I'll show at future videos or future video. My wife is off for 6 nights, so, and we're having our granddaughter Josie Joy over the weekend for a couple of days, which will be kind of fun. And so yeah. So I spend my days reading, novels, and reading American history, reading biography, reading crime novel, reading the Bible, reading about the book of Job, and like I said, let me see, where's this one at? Volume 4, more reflections of the book of Job. So that's my life. Not much else going on. I'm still recovering from that bad cold. My wife is still recovering. It's snowing. It's winter here in West Michigan. So I thought I'd just check in and hope that you all had a good Christmas. I noticed on my calendar there's only 4 more days left in this year. So yeah, I might do a video tomorrow Friday reads or show you those thrift store finds. And yeah, so that's about it here. I suppose I will close and thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for all the Merry Christmases and for your questions. And until next time, bye.